didn't get started in like 2 minutes. We're gonna cover, how to DAO. So, I'm gonna turn my camera off and my mic off, and then we'll wait for people to join and get started. Is audio working now? Hello. Testing 1, 2, 3. If audio is working, give a bunch of hearts. If audio is, oh my gosh,
Is audio working now?
Fuck yeah.
Hello. Testing 1, 2, 3. If audio is working, give a bunch.
Okay, sick. You fucking fixed it. Okay. I think okay, so we're gonna start the fuck over because now we've got audio. All right, well, we're restarting the stream soon. All right, well, that was it. Fuck it. Let's just do it again. We're doing it live. I guess I am gonna assume that nothing I did before was heard at all. But if you're still listening, I think we've got audio working, and we're gonna go. So yeah, I guess the first thing is just like a bit of a disclaimer. This software is like use at your own risk, and it is very, very powerful. DAO tooling is definitely the future of governance, but at the same time, this is very cutting edge stuff. And if you don't know what you're doing, you can get into some pretty bad situations. Like you could potentially like lock funds in a place where you can't access them. You could, make sure like you're easing into everything. Like don't like put your life savings into tools that you don't understand, right? So just general disclaimer, use at your own risk. Do learn more about DAO tooling though and governance. It's really important. If you care about digital democracy, user owned networks, AI governance, and the like, play around with these tools definitely. And you can find us on Twitter and Discord if you want to chat more. But let's get started again. First things we got to do is we're on the DAO.zone website. And today we're gonna make some DAOs. Yeah. So the first thing is you have to log in with your wallet. So I use Kepler. I also use MetaMask. There's a bunch of different wallets that are supported. We also support social logins, so you can use Web3 auth and use your Google or your Apple ID or your Discord or your Twitter. And those are all fine options. But I'm going to use Kepler. Great. So now that I've logged in, I can see my feed. I don't have any open proposals at the moment, but they normally show up there. I can see the DAOs that I'm following. Right now, I'm only following 2. I can see some information about my profile. If I want, I can actually, change my profile picture to one of the Stargaze NFTs I own or Juno NFTs I own. I can also change my username so that other people can find me and add me to various DAOs. Let's see. Yeah, so that's kind of the homepage, but let's get started with what we're all here for, which is how to DAO. So today we're gonna create a DAO. Do I have to? Also, I think we have Noah joining us. What's up, Noah?
Can you hear me?
There he is.
Oh my god.
Um,
Did you have to like invite me up to speak or something?
using the software, so bear with us. We've already had some technical difficulties, but we're gonna keep going.
Can you hear me now?
No, if you can hear me.
Ah!
All
How
right,
about
well,
now?
today we're gonna create some DAOs. Show off some of the many features of DAO DAO.
Hello.
This is the DAO creation phase page.
Hello.
Here we can pick an image for our DAO. I've decided today to create like a nice little AGI DAO. We can have our name, which is AGI DAO. We can have a description, accelerating artificial general intelligence, and we can choose which chain it's going to be on. DAO DAO is Interchain DAO tooling, and we're deployed on these 4 chains, and soon to be many more. So when you're creating your DAO, at any point you can come up here and pick which chain you want it to be on. But obviously, Juno's cool, so we're going to be on Juno, home of DAO DAO. So after you pick like an image, a name, a description, all those like general things, like what chain you want to be on, you can technically change this at any point in the process. But now it's time to choose the real meat part, which is the structure of the DAO. So we support 3 basic types of structures. We have member DAOs or multi-sigs. These can be a few members to hundreds of thousands, right? But the key thing here is that new members are added and removed by vote. Or you can make them kind of immutable. Then we have non-fungible or non-fungible token-based DAOs or NFT-based DAOs. These are really great for like existing NFT communities. And then finally, we have token-based DAOs. I really, really recommend almost all the time, start with a membership DAO. It takes a really, first of all, there's a lot of, legal questions and uncertainty around these things. You are taking on your own risk. Do, follow whatever, follow whatever you want to follow, I guess. But I think the main thing, I'm not trying to dissuade people. I am dissuading people, like definitely start with like a membership DAO, because it takes once you launch a token-based DAO, it's like really hard to change things. So almost always recommend people starting out with DAO tooling, especially if you're just playing around, start with a membership DAO. It's really fun. But today we're gonna like go full degen and start with a I don't like your speakers. Sorry, I'm getting a message, Noah.
Jake. Testing.
All right, well, gonna keep going with the show.
No.
And I really hope that we figure this out. Again, sorry for the technical difficulties. This is our time streaming, so it was bound to be like this. We'll do it again soon. So yeah, let's go. Let's just make this AGI DAO. So here we can choose to use like an existing token, or we can create a new one. We're going to create a new one here. It's going to be AGI. 10 million is fine. We're going to have what percentage of tokens will be in the treasury. I actually think initially we're going to do 99.9%. And down here we've got our initial token distribution. Probably worth doing a longer video about these, but I really want to get on to DAO's many other features. Like I really actually, don't think people should launch tokens 99.9% of the time, but here we've got this, like you can kind of add your different members to these tiers. So you might have a tier that's getting, 0.1%. You might have another tier that's getting 10%, like, team, investors. And then you can just add, different addresses for each tier, right? And at the end, we get kind of like this nice little, pie chart that is sort of the final distribution. For the sake of this demo, I'm just going to, give 0.1% of the supply to myself, and the 99.9% of it is going to be in the treasury. So let's get on with it. All right. So now we're getting into some of the voting configuration settings. These are actually quite similar for every DAO. that you are a part of. So you choose an NFT DAO or a membership DAO. These are all quite similar. So this one is relevant for token DAOs, NFT, and staking ones. This is the unstaking period, or how long it takes to, when you stake a token, how long it takes to unbond. I think we're going to set that for 1 week. Voting duration, let's set that to 5 days. And then we can also require proposal deposit. So we're going to require a proposal deposit of 20 Juno, and or we'll just do 10 Juno, and then we can choose on when this is like refunded. So it can be always refunded, or only on past proposals, or never refunded. So we've got some advanced settings here. So active threshold is like the number of tokens that need to be staked in order for a DAO to become active. This is actually really wise to set for many different types of token DAOs. So for example, you know, if there is like an NFT DAO, 10% of NFTs would have to be staked in the DAO in order for it to be active. This is quite useful for like public things, but we're going to leave it off for now. Passing threshold, majority is fine. Quorum, you can read about that. We can enable or disable multiple choice proposals. I'm going to enable them. Revoting is a very important option. Basically, it's whether or not people are allowed to change their votes. And if they're allowed to change their votes, then that means you have to wait the full 5 days or whatever this voting duration is, right? Because otherwise people might change their votes. If you turn revoting off, you can actually pass proposals quickly. So I'm going to turn it off for the sake of this demo. But I think in normal, like, you know, kind of DAOs or token DAOs with lots of people in them, you probably want to turn revoting on. So that's it. This is the AGI distribution. You can see almost all of it's going to the treasury, and there's just a tiny sliver right there that you know, maybe you can see. And so we're going to create this DAO. And I'm just signing the transaction. And then when you create a DAO, the ability to follow it as well. I'm going to follow it. Ta-da! We just created a whole new DAO. Now, because this is a token DAO, so in NFT DAOs and in token DAOs, you have to stake your tokens in order to join the DAO. So as you can see over here on the sidebar, I've got my balances. I've got 10K AGI, and I'm going to stake AGI in this DAO. I'm going to actually stake only 50% of it, so that maybe I can give some to a friend and they can join me in this experiment. So take these tokens, and then I'll be able to create proposals and vote in the DAO. Great. So now I'm in the DAO. I can go here and manage my staking. I could stake more. I could unstake tokens, right? Again, there's an unstaking period, which we configured earlier, of 1 week. Membership DAOs don't involve staking. You're just in them. So that's another great plus for membership DAOs. We'll actually create one of those in a second, because I'm going to show off some sub DAOs. I'm going to show off interchain accounts functionality. I'm going to show off DAO DAO apps. Yeah, let's just get started with our first proposal. And the first proposal is going to be to set up more DAO DAO features. DAO DAO has a lot of features, and I'm going to show you some of my favorites. All right, well, so here I can also choose like a multiple choice proposal type or a single choice proposal type. We're going to do a single choice for now. DAO DAO is all based around actions. So we have these no code actions for various different categories, like all things related to treasury, things like spending, managing staking. So you can stake your tokens. You can actually stake your tokens with interchain accounts. We'll show that off in a bit. But some of the features that I really want to enable to like show off in this demo is I think we want definitely vesting payments. So if we have some people that are going to get in on this AGI project, we want people to vest their tokens, so that bind. We can also enable something called retroactive compensation, which is sort of on a monthly or however often we decide as a community. We can distribute a certain amount of rewards through peer-to-peer rating and voting. I'm just going to go through these really quick. I know it's going to be pretty fast, but this is, I think, a important one. So right now, when we're creating the DAO, we're going to create 2 cross-chain accounts. So the great thing about DAO DAO is we have built-in support for interchain accounts. It's Interchain DAO tooling. So we're going to make an Osmosis account, and we are going to make a Stargaze account. Awesome. Let's see. We can change some things about our appearance, for example. Like we could, maybe we don't want this name. Maybe it's just AGI, right? We can change various different parts of our voting settings. For example, maybe 1 week is a little bit too long, or maybe we want it to be longer, right? We can make it 2 weeks. Or we could, maybe that proposal deposit like was too high. Maybe we just just disable the proposal deposit for now. Fuck it, we'll leave it enabled. Great. So we'll just leave that as is. But yeah, so there's all these no code actions, including things for like, creating an NFT collection. Yeah, let's do that. Let's make a AGI collection. I'll show you how to make one on Stargaze in a second as well. But this is going to be like badges for like the true AGI believers, right? So this is going to create a new NFT collection. We also have actions for doing things like minting NFTs, transferring NFTs, controlling which ones show up in your DAO treasury, all the sort of smart contracting stuff. So you can actually instantiate smart contracts with DAO DAO. You can execute smart contracts. You could migrate them. You can change the admin. We can earn fees from smart contracts we deployed, at least on some chains like Juno. Let's see. It's probably a lot for now, but yeah, I think that's probably good. So let's, I guess, just summarize here. The cool thing is, when you make a proposal, you can have no code actions to do a bunch of things at once, right? So in this proposal, we're enabling the vesting payments, which I'll show off in a bit. We're enabling retroactive compensation. We're enabling cross-chain accounts on Osmosis and Stargaze. We're updating the title of this, just the AGI, and not AGI DAO, but and then we're creating an NFT action called AGI Believers. Oh wait, apparently the stream can hear me, and I can't hear Noah. Why is that? Oh wait. Okay, I think I figured it out.
Hello?
Noah, are you there?
Hello?
Oh my god.
You can hear me?
Oh wow, that's like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this is much more fun now.
You're
It's
doing
been
great.
so lonely.
Yeah, you're so lonely. You're doing great there. I'm here.
It's so hard to figure out how to stream.
Yeah, this app is weird.
Okay, well, damn, we've made progress. We've
Yeah.
managed to get audio, and we've actually managed to. Now I can hear you, so this is a lot more fun.
Great.
Wow. Okay. Damn.
Keep on going. You're chugging. You're doing great.
All right. Cool. Well, I guess let's like launch these AI proposals.
Yeah.
And
Nice. I'm gonna make some breakfast.
cool. Wow, this is a lot more fun. It's like,
Yeah.
one of these days, this is the first time that we do this, right? I think we should just do this more often so that we get good at
No,
it.
this is fun. Yeah, totally.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I think we're gonna take this AGI thing like in a really fun spot. All right, so now we've created this proposal, right? Actually, if I like go to my homepage and if I reload, I should see stuff in my feed. Right. Well, oh, there it is. All right. Yeah. So already we can see that there's a new pending proposal in my feed, right? So that's another great thing about
Yes,
DAO
the
DAO.
feed. Let's go.
The feed is great, makes it really easy to keep track of everything that's happening in the interchains. So here we can see some status about the proposal, like who created it, what DAO it's a part of, everything that's happening, the current vote tallies. I'm going to vote yes, obviously, because I just made it. Sick. And that's the proposal has passed. So right now we can see the voter turnout. Obviously, I'm the only person in this DAO, and we didn't configure it with an active threshold. So that means like it's just active. So yeah, this proposal is ready to go. I'm gonna hit execute. Executing is what actually performs all the different transactions that are here. And so when we go back to our DAO, we're gonna see the name change. And we're also going to see a little message right here. See, now we've got our successful transaction, which we could like look at in a block explorer. And you can see this message right here, which is cross-chain messages are waiting to be relayed. Check back in a few minutes to ensure relaying complete. That means that these are IBC transactions that are just being sent out to the other chain as we speak. So we will check back in a bit. Oh, already the Stargaze one came through. This is our account on Stargaze, and that's going to show up on our treasury page. But notice our DAO name is also manifested, and so those proposals are all live. And we have a few new sections over here. So if we look at these various different tabs, we've got our treasury tab. That Osmosis account is still being relayed, but we have our Stargaze account nice and ready. If we look at the sub DAOs, well, we'll get to that right next. But over here in the members tab, we can see detailed information about the members of the DAO. But we also have two new sections. We have vesting payments, which we just enabled, and we also have retroactive compensation, which we also just enabled. That probably deserves a whole video in and of itself. But like real quick, let's vest Noah some AGI tokens, right?
Let's
go. I think he deserves them. Like,
I am an AGI, so it makes sense that I would have some tokens.
All right, well, I'm gonna add that in the proposal. So here, we're gonna be creating a new vesting payment. So we'll just put Noah's name in. We'll say he is an AGI. And then we can, pick the token that we want to vest. I don't know, like I think he deserves like at least as much. Fuck it, we're gonna give him 10 times more AGI than I have. He's gonna take over the DAO
so
now.
Honored. Oh my god.
I mean, it's monopoly money. Oh wow, you got imposters. That's definitely you though. And then in terms of a start date, let's do is it? No.
Today's the 12th.
All right, we're gonna backdate it, so you got some tokens immediately liquid, because you've been working super hard on AGI, and so they're gonna vest over a month.
All those imposters are actually me. They're different accounts.
That's great.
So
actually, yeah, I forgot you can only like get like an NFT if you own it.
Yeah, but I duplicated my
bad kid,
NFT.
by the way.
Thank you. Number 33. OG.
OG.
Dude, I think they're worth $1,600 right now. I just saw it yesterday.
Yeah.
think they started at like $50 or something.
Yeah. So that's
Cost
really
was
kind of
usually-
it for this vesting payment. We actually have a whole bunch of new features that are coming out for vesting very soon. No, if you want to plug those real quick, I guess we could, but
Vesting, yeah. Vesting cliffs, piecewise functions. So instead of this like linear line you see here, you can just make it like you can set like different intervals and different amounts or different spans of time. So like maybe it goes from like 0 to 100 in the first month, and then 101 to 1,000 in the next like year, and then maybe after the year it's like in 1 second invest like another 1,000 or something. You can just set
yeah,
like
so that's
any
cool.
kind
So you
of
could have like
continuous function.
every month a new amount would like unlock for you in this like straight line here, right?
Yeah, so you can kind of like mimic like a salary where it like unlocks each month. It waits and doesn't do anything, and then it unlocks like a salary amount in like a minute or something. And so you can kind of
Cool.
simulate this recurring payment model. Yeah. And then the other one is just that you can multiple people can cancel a vest. You can set it so that multiple owners are allowed to cancel it in case you have certain like compliance stuff you need to set up.
Ooh, like an oversight DAO.
Like an oversight DAO, like a check and a balance.
Cool. Well, so we just passed this proposal. 100% voter turnout because I'm the only person with AGI tokens, but Noah's about to get some AGI tokens, so we're gonna execute this.
Let's go. You gave them to my ledger, so
Fuck.
right now. So, it's vibes. I'm just hodling until I can sell them all.
Wow, there's just gonna be like so much like clicking, furious clicking that's happening in the background. Yeah, these are gonna be really hot. Just wait till we actually hook a real AI up to this DAO.
Holy shit! That's the next video.
Okay. No, we're doing it this time.
Oh my god.
Yeah, no, I've got a crazy plan here. Okay, so we've covered like, you know, making proposals. We just made a vesting contract, right? That's pretty cool. Did you ever think that you could make a smart contract without knowing how to code? Well, now you can with DAO DAO. So if we go to our treasuries, we now see we have an osmosis address. I need to fund this some Osmo tokens. I didn't plan this ahead of time. Fuck. Do I have any Osmo? I have Atom on Osmo. That's not a lot. Fuck. Okay. All right. Noah, can you like spot me some
Yeah, I can spy some Osmo.
Osmo for like 10? I'll
Osmo on Osmo.
I'll pay you back. But yeah, if you could get like
no worries.
like 10 or so Osmo, I think we could like show off
In the
dollar
AGI
cost
DAO.
averaging with calculated finance. That would be really sick.
Yeah, I'll just go right to the I'll try right to AGI in my browser and go to that treasury page and click that deposit button, and it will magically appear.
Oh, cool. Fuck yeah.
Isn't that pretty crazy?
Oh my gosh, wow. You can just deposit stuff. Oh,
Yeah.
damn. Yeah, I have a lot of Osmo. All right. It's I actually have a lot of Osmo, just not on this account, but you know, whatever. Huge fan Stargaze as well. All right. So now we've kind of got, you know, kind of a general structure. We've enabled vesting payments. We're growing our membership. Eventually, Noah will stake some tokens, and we're going to see him show up here. We're about to check out these apps. The really cool thing about, you know, apps is that they work. Like you can just use the UI as your DAO, which we're going to do in like just a second. But we're going to first load up some Osmo here. So in the meantime, let's create our first sub DAO. So one of the coolest features about DAO DAO is like the ability to create these much more complicated organizations that are like DAOs all the way down. You can have DAOs within DAOs within DAOs within DAOs. Like the corporation is probably one of the like the corporation really took this to like kind of a whole new level. You can see, you know, they've got the board actually structured like a corporation. So the corporation is a token DAO, but the board is an NFT DAO, and we've got these very established. Hopefully these load real quickly. Oh no. Loading. show us the board members? All right. Well, the joke is if it's still loading, that's the joke is less funny. All right. Well, we had very esteemed business people on the board. The board itself has like a bunch of different sub DAOs that fall under it, so you can kind of create these like very complicated like organizational hierarchies. So let's make one for AGI. We're gonna call it the alignment committee. And this is going to steward AGI alignment. And we're going to add a picture later. I can't be asked. So for this one, we're going to make this a membership one. So this is a sub DAO of AGI. So AGI are going to elect a sort of like a committee of people that are going to serve to steward our AI, and we'll show how that works in a bit. So for this, again, it's quite similar to token-based DAOs. We have different sort of tiers. So for example, we'll call this tier like committee members. We're only going to have one tier. And then we'll add Noah as well. One of the cool things with DAO DAO is you can just like start typing someone's name or their profile, right? And then you can instantly find their address, and it's smart enough to know if this is like an Osmosis DAO. It'll like figure out what Noah's Osmosis address is or whatever. We try to make the whole interchain part as easy as possible. Actually though, I'm gonna like I'm just gonna leave it as is so we can do a faster demo. Sorry, Noah. I'm sacrificing democracy for the sake of a speedy
classic.
demo.
That's what so many countries do.
I know. It's
okay.
And here we have a lot of kind of settings that we've seen before. I think we're just going to go with these as is. One other proposal setting I didn't really talk about before, which is sometimes really useful, especially if you have like something that like processes like applications. Like sometimes you want people to be able to openly submit a proposal to the DAO. So we actually allow anyone to submit proposal to the DAOs, but obviously it defaults to like only members of the DAO can submit proposals. But sometimes this is a really useful setting, like if you want to like take like process like applications or whatever. Great. So now we got this alignment committee. It doesn't have an image or whatever, but we'll one in a bit. And we're gonna create the sub DAO.
I just staked my AGI, so I'm in the DAO.
Oh, amazing. Great. So we just made this this alignment committee DAO. But as you'll note, the AGI DAO has not yet recognized this sub DAO. So what does that mean? Well, there's a really good reason for this. Let's say we had a DAO, like the DAO DAO, and then some scammers came along and they made a sub DAO, but we don't, they're not really affiliated with us at all. So right. So we make it so that you have to like actually recognize a sub DAO as being like an official sub DAO. So we're gonna do that now. There was also a little pop-up that just popped up for that, but we're gonna do it manually. So we're gonna recognize the alignment committee as an official sub DAO. And here we're going to go to DAO governance and manage sub DAOs. And we can actually search for And so we're going to add this as a sub DAO, which will recognize it. And then it's going to show up nicely in the UI. Amazing. All right, we got this.
You should see my vote come in live.
Oh, cool.
So
Up,
refresh
see it.
automatically.
Let's
baby.
go. Let's fucking go.
I
All
love
right.
it, indexing. Goddamn.
Wow, real time votes coming in. My vote's coming in. Boom. All right, so we're gonna execute it, and then we're gonna have a new sub DAO. And then, so one of the things that we could do is we could go to let me just reload the page. All right, so see here's our alignment committee. It's amazing. So we could go to this alignment committee, and I can actually just make a new proposal here to do something. But I actually want to highlight a different way that we can do stuff, right? So the great thing about sub DAOs is you can have these like sort of groups or teams, right? You could have, a marketing sub DAO, and you could have like a development sub DAO, and all these different sort of departments or teams, if you will, right? And the great thing about that is they each go about doing their kind of smaller focused work, right? Without everyone having to vote on everything all the time. But the really cool thing about sub DAOs is this like idea of accountability. So we're now at main AGI DAO, right? And we're going to show the alignment committee who's boss. So Noah's not on he's not on the alignment committee, and he feels he should be, but he is in the main DAO, right? And so pretend this is like pretend I guess I'm like Noah or whatever, but you can make a proposal in the main DAO. So we're in the main AGI DAO, and we're going to go to DAO governance, and we're going to do an admin execute message. So this is actually a message that since the alignment committee is a sub DAO of AGI, that means AGI is fully in control, and it can do anything it wants to the alignment committee. So we're going to show that off right now. We're actually going to select the alignment committee as the DAO to execute an action on, and then it's sort of the same action building UI that we've seen earlier. We could do things like spend that DAO's treasury, or we could well, here we're going to go and we're going to manage members. So we're going to add a member. We're going to add Noah with a weight of 1 to that DAO. And so this is actually really something that's like pretty cool in the DAO and crypto world. You could use this for chain governance as well, right? Like imagine if you're Cosmos Hub and you actually decided to make something like a DAO or some sub DAOs like fully accountable to the community, right? This is sort of the technology to be able to do it. So yeah, I guess let's publish this. And voila, here we are. We've got this new proposal, and it's doing a DAO admin execute on the alignment committee sub DAO to add Noah as a member. Awesome. So I'm actually gonna vote yes, because I think Noah is an AGI. He belongs on that DAO. So we have majority passing, and I have 50.01%. So I can actually execute this now. It is possible to change the voting threshold. For example, for some DAOs, you might want it not just majority. You might want it 66% or 60% or 70%. This is something each DAO has to think about in terms of its governance and its use and how good of vibes it's trying to like put out in the world. So great. Now if we actually go and look at the alignment committee, there's actually 2 members now. We just actually added Noah as a member to this sub DAO by just voting on the main DAO. So we can see we have a proposal there. The alignment committee actually has no proposals yet, but we're going to change that really, really soon. I want to show off a very unique feature of DAO DAO, which can actually be used to govern AI. It's going to be a really quick attempt, but we might be able to like build this out in like the next weeks into like a DAO game or something. But I'm going to show you how this works. So DAO DAO actually has this really unique feature called storage items. So every DAO actually ships with its own key value store. These are parameters that the DAO can vote and control through governance. So if you're familiar with AIs, they have this thing called a system prompt. The system prompt is what in ChatGPT like tells it to do a certain thing. You might be like, you are George Clooney or whatever, right? And like always respond as if you're like George Clooney, or you might have like a different kind of system prompt. So our system prompt is you are an AGI. Well, let's just like add a bit more. You are an all-knowing AGI. Always respond with confidence and as if you are God in the Old Testament. No, that's probably too common. It's probably now we're canceled.
No, no, that's okay. It's Hanukkah, okay? We
All right.
celebrate the Torah.
Happy Hanukkah.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think that's probably good. It's probably good enough for now. We could add other things too. For example, any other parameters for the AI, like temperature. Temperature is a parameter. Losing my voice. We'll just set that to 1, right? Any other sort of parameters that might be used by a program. And the great thing is these are all actually stored on chain and you can query them from any RPC. And the moment they change on chain, they will be, reflected again. So these storage items are extremely useful. In fact, the Juno Communications sub-DAO actually uses storage items to manage what shows up on the Juno website, which is pretty cool. So there's a ton of random things you can use these storage items for. And I thought it'd be fun to like, show how you can use them for like managing. And we actually did this. We actually won a hackathon in Paris, an AI crypto hackathon with this autonomous artist. And we managed all the system prompt and all the different categories from DAO DAO. So, all right, well, so that's that feature. And then, in our, obviously this doesn't have an AI hooked up to it. We'd have to configure like an AI running in a Kosh or whatever that would read from the blockchain and get these latest values and always update them if they changed. But, that's maybe we can do a whole nother video on AI governance, but, for now, I think that's pretty good. So yeah, just to review where we are, we've got, our first sub-DAO, the alignment committee. If we were going to make this into an actual project, we might start a couple other sub-DAOs like marketing, etc. We've got, a bunch of different features enabled. If we look here at the treasury, now we've got 10 Osmo. Amazing. There's a bunch of different things we could do with that 10 Osmo. So one of the things we could do is actually just stake it. or maybe we could actually have like a multiple choice prop, like what to do with Noah's Osmo. And so here's a multiple choice proposal. So we're going to add a new option. There's always a none of the above option, by the way. The first option is going to be give it back to Noah. And for that, we're going to, I know, it is pretty, for that, we're going to, this is the spend action. And the really cool thing about this is we can actually, it has IBC support built in. I'm sorry about that. So we can actually send it on osmosis to, Osmo on osmosis to, Noah V2 on osmosis, right? And the cool thing is it's smart enough to like convert his Juno address to an osmosis address. But the cool thing is we have support for all these different IBC blockchains. So, if we, wanted to send it to like Noah on Wawa, we could do that as well. And this automatically does all IBC stuff under the hood. But we're going to send it on osmosis because
it's worth noting a fix that will be out hopefully this week is that we're using the Skip API to use the packet forward middleware for this IBC spend. So soon this will try to find the best path that will like unwind the token to its original chain and then forward it from there. So if you had this Osmo on like Juno and tried to send it to me on Stargaze or something, it would route it from Juno to Osmo to Stargaze.
Sick. That's really helpful.
So that'll
one less thing we don't have to explain.
Yeah, seriously.
All right. So the other option is going to be stake it. Wow, I'm really losing my voice. And we can choose where we want to stake it. Obviously, we're going to stake it on osmosis. We can select a validator. Obviously, the DAO DAO validator. And we can choose how much we want to stake. And we might add other options as well. But yeah, that's multiple choice proposals. But really, we're going to do none of this because we're going to just average it. But I just wanted to show off multiple choice proposals real quick. I'm also going to have a coughing fit real quick, so take up airtime, Noah.
Oh, damn, I was not prepared.
I'm alive.
Oh.
I'm alive. All right, so here's what voting on multiple choice proposal looks like. You can vote, pick which one is your favorite, right? And I'm going to vote none of the above because we're going to dollar cost average it. Sick. All right. So now let's get to what I think is maybe one of the coolest like highlights. Obviously, we have a lot of actions, which I was just showing off, like different kinds of things that you can do, right? We even have bulk actions, by the way. So you can like bulk import them. But actions are great, but we don't have actions for everything. And also some things like, I don't know, Stargaze Studio, it's pretty complicated, right? Like making an action for this is like, it's pretty intense, right?
Yeah,
It's like,
I made the wind like DEX swap action back in the day, and I basically just recreated a DEX in DAO DAO, which was kind of a nightmare. And don't want to do that 5 times.
Yeah. So the cool thing about this is you can like use like existing dApps. You can also use them full screen, right? You can use the existing dApp as your dApp. Look, like we're actually logged in as AGI right here. Like how cool is that? And so like if we want to create a collection on Stargaze, we can actually just use Stargaze Studio, right? But we're using it as our DAO. It's pretty complicated to make a collection, so I'm actually going to do calculated finance instead because that's like a little bit more simple. And oh no, wait, were we supposed to connect? Right. Well,
Oh. Calc might have broken. Wait. Yeah, what is you have to click the outer wallet.
up. Let's
Oh, it
go.
worked. Okay, damn, I should have passed the name through, but
Yeah.
weird.
All right. Well, you know, we're always finding bugs. If you find bugs, message us on Twitter and we'll fix them. But now we're, you know, just as we were on Stargate Studio, we're now on Calc Finance and we're browsing it as our DAO. So let's create a strategy. And the cool thing is you can just use the existing UI you already know how to use, right? Like you don't have to like learn anything fancy. If you've used Calc Finance as an individual before, you can now use it as a DAO. So let's do a standard DCA in, and we can choose our asset. These are all stable coins. So let's do sell strategy, DCA out. And we're gonna find Osmo, boom. And we're gonna select the max amount. And then like, what do we want to take profits in? Probably dog tokens, right?
Yeah, definitely dog tokens. I couldn't think of any other option.
No, they don't have puppy. Oh my god.
Oh shit.
Right. Well, dog tokens it is.
Yeah.
All right. So you know, here we're gonna set up a DCA strategy and liquidate that Osmo and just like buy a bunch of Wawa. And then I need to remember how to use this app. You know, I guess the whole point of these DAO DAO apps is like you just like use the app like you normally do. So if I screw this up, I'm sorry. Start strategy immediately. Yes. Swap every day. So that's fine. We're gonna do 1 Osmo each swap. Okay. And then we want to send the Hua to our wallet. Oh, look, we can do all these other things as well. Ooh. All right. Well, we're just gonna do that because it's simple. And then we've got this like summary page, right? Which is awesome. We're gonna click confirm. And what has that done? It has actually created a cross-chain execute message for us. And this is actually what we would normally sign in our wallet, right? But we're now doing that as a proposal. We're now making a DAO proposal. Implement dog DCA strategy. Great. AGI is like dogs.
Especially this AGI.
So yeah, that's an example of how to use a like dApps in DAO DAO, just using the normal UI, right? And then you can figure out how to do something complicated, DCAing on an entire other chain. Like we're a DAO on Juno, we're an AGI DAO on Juno, and we just created a cross-chain account on Osmosis, and we used an app on Osmosis. Like, how cool is that? Fuck. I'm gonna vote no on this so we can give you
That's
back your
super
10 Osmo though.
Oh wow. Yeah, I guess we don't want Wawa right now.
Well, damn, we covered a lot of stuff. I'm probably forgetting some things, but I almost wish there was a way we could take questions.
Yeah. Damn.
Maybe we should check the YouTube stream.
Yeah.
Oh wait, there's stuff in the chat. Oh my gosh. Oh wait, most of it's just people complaining about no audio, but well, if people are still with us and have questions, please ask them. We're gonna do this again, hopefully with like less technical difficulties. Like that was I'm glad we made it though, Noah, because I was like,
Yeah.
I was worried at one point. I was like, damn, we're not going to get any audio, and I have no clue what's going on.
Yeah, that works. Damn sick. So next time we'll hook up an AI to it.
I do see one question from Adam Warlock. If a deposit for a DAO DAO governance prop is non-refundable, is it effectively burned, or is it sent to the treasury of said DAO? It is actually sent to the treasury of the DAO. So there's actually a really great example of this. So the corporation has the non-human resources department. Oh man, I really need to drink some water. And the non-human resources department, first of all, it's a sub-DAO of a sub-DAO, but it has open proposal submissions. So I'm actually not a member of this DAO, but I can still submit a proposal. And there's a 5 Juno deposit, and it's never refunded. And so I think this is actually the only NFT collection I know of where you have to apply for a job to get an NFT, and the application fee is non-refundable. So I think that idea is that it's just like another way for, people to like potentially monetize their DAO, or just like charge for things. Like reviewing an application takes time, and a small deposit is a way to make sure like people aren't spamming, right? It's like applying for college or whatever, right? There's usually those like pesky like application fees or whatnot. So yeah, hopefully that answers that question. If there's any more in like the YouTube chat, we'll answer them. But if not, I don't know, you have any last things to add? Or
No, this is great. This is fun. I think we should just do these more.
Yeah, no, I think we should try to do this like once every other week, and then I think it would be really fun to like set up crazier and crazier DAOs.
Yeah.
Maybe we could take this like next level next time and actually hook up like an OpenAI chatbot to this.
Yeah.
And then maybe we can even make a custom widget where you can talk to the AGI like in the chat.
Holy shit!
That'd be a fun.
Wait, we totally could.
Yeah. All right.
Damn.
Sick.
Yeah. Cool. Well, it'd also be nice if we could do like interact with people, like Twitter Spaces. I feel like they said that they were gonna add video to Spaces, I think, this year. So that might happen in the next couple of
weeks. But I think the problem is like I get the YouTube comments. The YouTube comments definitely show up in the chat for them.
Yeah, I saw this.
But Twitter comments don't. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Twitter. Yeah, right.
Anyway, well, we'll figure out how to edit this video as well. So that but I think probably everyone left when they realized there was like fucking no audio. But whatever, it was.
It's fun.
First time.
Yeah. No, we can't tell who's on Twitter. There might be people on Twitter.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. All right, we'll do this again soon.
Yeah, this was fun. Anyway, if you've tuned in for this, thank you. And we'll be back again soon, more How to DAO videos. And Noah, you have a great rest of your day.
Oh yeah, you have a great rest of your week, actually.
Oh yeah, thanks. It's Tuesday. Oh my god.
Yeah. No. Cool. Later.
Cool. Later.